I'm feeling like having fun tonight, telling more of my stories. This is called the Indiana story. I've got a bunch of them up there. Shout out to you guys in Indiana, the Tiffin, Ohio area. I trained at National Machinery up there for a couple of weeks. Seen one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen. There's a lot of people from out of the country up there coming to work on the machine, and there was a woman there with her husband, very beautiful, from Italy. But St. Joe, all y'all, Canterbury Green, that's where I stayed at, where they put us up. Fort Wayne, beautiful. Auburn, this story from Auburn, I believe it was Auburn, Indiana. There's a martial arts guy, I don't know, it's been so long, Keith Watoski, he might not even be alive anymore. I just never took martial arts, so a guy taught me that went to his class, told me to go in there, he said he's a great guy, and he was. So I went to his martial arts class. If anybody out there knows him, or I made great friends with St. Joe nurse. I hadn't heard from her in a while. We used to write back and forth, but her name was Anita Bremer. Her and her daughter Suzanne made friends with them up there. Great people up there. Hard working people. Really liked the area. But this was about martial arts class in Auburn, Indiana. Keith Wataski was trained by a guy named Dan Usantu. He told me that Dan was one of the first student in America that Bruce Lee trained. So anyway, so I'm at the class, and you know, big strong guy, but by far I think I was the strongest guy in there, but even the women could the crap out of me. They was pretty good. And we'd train over at his house, but he had a little studio over there, and there's this not too imposing redheaded kid there, real nice guy. He was wanting to be a police officer, and he knew what he was doing. He knew the martial arts. He was probably in his mid-20s, probably 150 pounds now. So went there a few times, and they just kind of get me the gist of it. So he partnered me up with him, and you know, the first few classes, I always wondered. He weighed about 150 pounds, and I weighed 225 at the time, and he wore jogging pants that, you know, wouldn't even fit me. It would fit a 300-pound guy. So anyway, I was wondering why. Well, he was finding a little bit smaller sized pants that day, and we would say, yeah, I forgot his name, but he said, man, just pair up Mitchell, show you what he's doing. So he did it, grabbed my head, went to, you know, wasn't going to hit me with his knee in the face, but come close, and I'm like, is that real? I think I know why he's been wearing it. I was like, gosh, I was like, did God get him mixed up when he was making him with parts from an Angus bull? I'm like, it's one of them things you couldn't unsee. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was like, is this guy's John Holland's son? I'm like, and you couldn't unsee it the whole time. I'm like, and I think everybody else, I mean, they had to know. They had to know. And I guess they got used to it. He was a nice guy. I couldn't unsee it, and I did my best the rest of the summer not to be paired up with him. No, nothing against him. I didn't even want to be rolling around on the ground with him, and I could not unsee that. So anyway, here comes, my wife comes up to visit me. So I'm driving over there, and I didn't say nothing. I'm going to see what she says. So she's sitting watching, and of course he's out there dangling around and everything else like that, you know, this and that, and messing around with me. And I happen to look over there, and she's like, my wife, you know, she's kind of shy, and she don't talk about stuff like that, but she's like, oh, like that the whole time. I'm like, yeah, she had to see it. And anyway, we get done, we're sitting in the truck, and she just sits there, and she's looking like that, just blush. And I looked over and I said, do you see the red-headed freckle kid? I said, did you notice he had something special there? And she said, how could I not see it? I'd have to be blind. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the story. And all you guys, anybody from Indiana, in that Tiffin, Ohio area, if you work for Nucor, I was trained for Nucor Steel. Anybody that's worked for Nucor Steel, anyway, shout out. If y'all happen to be one of the people I work with, I don't remember a lot of y'all's names. Y'all probably remember my bald head. Just give old Mitchell a shout out and say hi from there, and tell me if you enjoyed my story. I'm trying to make you guys laugh, trying to make myself laugh. So we'll see you later. Bye.